your identification.
This is Revelation chapter 13, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right? And he causes all.
So anybody that does not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So we're coming to a time of total censorship of social media, X. I don't know if you're familiar with. Okay. So they're getting rid of freedom of speech. So we know that there's a lot of protesting over there in Westminster, pretty much around the world. They're arresting people for posting things on Facebook. Right? I don't know if you're familiar with what was going on just the other day with the rioting in Southport, over the stabbing over there, the immigrants, the illegal immigrants. So you had a lot of that going on.
Both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
So there's going to be a mark or a certain device that they want to install within your flesh. That's what it says. Receive a mark in your foreheads or in your, what they say, read that again?
Mark on their right hand.
Right.
So we will even get a QR code tapping as well.
Right. So you won't be able to buy or sell or to pretty much be a participant in society. Right. Buy things like groceries unless you have that identification to prove that you've taken the jab, the JAB, you know what I'm talking about. Now they're saying there's the Mpox virus. So now they're gonna require you to take a jab, a vaccine. So we know that this is what's gonna be mandatory the world over. They're saying there's gonna be mega lockdowns now, which means it's gonna be more severe than the first two lockdowns. So total surveillance is most likely gonna bring out drones, UN troops, robots, right? Total restriction of movement, restriction of travel, 15-minute cities, all of that. So you won't be able to go into a certain area of London or outside of London unless you provide proof that you've taken the thing. So this is what they're all going to implement. This is all part of the agenda. You know the American dollar bill? This is the pyramid. Yeah, that's okay. But the American dollar bill, you see the all-seeing eye. The eye of horrors. So pretty much the globalists, the ruling elite, they want to play God. They want to see everything. Monetarization, a totalitarian state. Right? They don't know everything. So you won't be able to buy or sell without. It's just like over there in Venezuela. Around Venezuela right now, people are queuing up. Right? They can only queue up like twice a week just to buy groceries. Right? If you go to a supermarket, for example, Iceland, you can only go to Iceland twice a week to buy groceries. And in order to buy anything, you have to provide proof of a fingerprint scanning to prove your identification. Right? So that's what we're going to. That's the world that we're leading towards. Okay? And it said he, talking about the so-called white man, he's the one that's bringing this. All right. So you know the mark of the beast. Do not take that chip. Okay. Okay. All right. The ends were boss. The ends were boss on that boss. There you go. Should I finish it?
So yeah. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that under the mark.
Right. So unless you have that mark, you won't be able to do anything as I was going into it. Which means that if you don't take it, you're going to have to live off grid. You have to be prepared to live off grid. And you have, trust me, in that time, all hell's going to break. You think the people will allow their freedom to be taken away from you? Of course not. That's why they're saying that if Kamala Harris is something there, if they rig the election, because right now, Donald J. Trump, he's got the majority of the people's backing. He's He's back to the majority vote even over here in the UK. But now if they rig the election and allow Kamala Harris to be up in there, she's pro-globalist agenda, she's far left. She's far left to the left, man. Do you understand? So boy, and that's going to bring in that time of tribulation. So if you're a rebel, a true rebel, you're going to have to live off grid, right? And as he tells you that in 2nd Ezra, it says there shall be two of the cities that shall hide themselves in the thick groves, right? So I can't even get that. We've got 5 more minutes left and we'll close up. 5 more minutes left and we'll close up, right? This is 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra chapter 16. Let me start from verse 24. And let me start from verse 23. Oh my gosh, let me start from verse 20. Oh Lord have mercy, verse 22. Goodness gracious, man. Those hips are so curvaceous. The 2nd Ezra 16, verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Right, so we enter a time of famine. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. You know what? Electricity outages. Right? The cities, there's no more, what they say are the city that never sleeps. Over there in America, right, the city that of lights. Man, all these cities are going to be cast down. Total blackouts. But that's a plague that came upon Egypt. Darkness covered the whole land, man. But that time, for 3 days. But that time is coming again, man. These cities are going to be cast down. Right? No more clubs. No more partying. No more carnivals. Right? That's what I said, pray not that your flight be not in winter.
In the Mediterranean climate.
Right? Because you need central heating to warm yourself. But when electricity is done away with, right? That's the end of everything, man. End of ATMs, the end of bankings, the end of our aeroplanes, the end of cryptocurrencies. That's the end of everything. The city shall be cast down. Right? But that's the time of tribulation. And we're entering in, that's the time of great tribulation the Bible is speaking about. Right? So let me read on. So it says, there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. Right? Because in order to take food from the farmers and deliver it to the supermarkets, what do you need? You need GPS, man. GPS signal. That's going to be down. Right? So no man is going to be left to till the earth. These farmers, man. What's the point? Huh? Right. That's over there in Ireland, over here in the UK, over there in America. They're actually paying farmers to not produce any more food. Right? I believe it's $2.5 grand. $2.5 grand. UK farmers are being paid not to produce not to produce any more beef. Right? So it says, there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. Why? Because of what? The wars, man. The civil wars. There's going to be a lot of death, a lot of carnage in the time to come. Right? And what they say in our Luke, it says that you don't know the time of your visitation, but now your enemies shall encompass thee about and keep you enclosed in on every side. Why? Because you knew that the time of your visitation. Why? Because the Most High sent prophets to warn you about these circumstances, man, about these inevitable enactments. So it says, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. And to hear his voice, man. So what does that mean? We're not going to be out here. That's a family in the word, right? You're going to desire to hear truth. A man shall desire to hear the voice of another. Going into that movie, I Am Legend, starring Will Smith. He was desiring to hear another man's voice. Why? Because all these places was desolate of men. Right?
Isaiah 24, verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in.
Every house is shut up. That no man, and a lot of these houses are going to be shut up in the street. Why? Because of danger. Right? If you go, I believe they're saying over there, like certain houses like in Africa, people keep their doors open, man. Why? Because they're not afraid. Right? Because everybody knows one another. Right? Everybody knows what it's a community type vibration. But it says every house is going to be shut up. Why? Because it's going to be a total time of tribulation. What it says in 2 Ezra 15, a man shall enter into his neighbor's house. For what? The want of bread, and for what? Great tribulation, man.
Verse 11, there is a crying for wine in the streets.
Uh-oh.
All joy is darkened.
All joy is what? Darkened.
The mirth of the land is gone.
The mirth, that's beautiful. The mirth of the land is gone, man. Right? And right now we're in a time of mirth and what quote unquote prosperity. But that's all gonna go right out the window. Right? When they declare another lockdown on the house gets up in there, and there's civil war all throughout the country. And that's why we were saying about when Iran actually said that they were going to make a retaliatory strike against Israel for how they killed the Hamas leader. What? You see major shareholders selling off their stocks, man. Selling off their stocks like crazy. The stock market was plummeting. Right? The stock market was plummeting, man. So that shows you right there. And talking about what an economic collapse. Why? Because they're saying what? There's going to be what? A third world war. Right? They've got a precept. Let me read on. 2 Ezra 16, verse 27 again. So that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. Right? For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks. Right? Why? Because they're going to deploy UN troops. They're going to deploy the military out here in the streets. They're going to deploy drones, robot dogs. They're going to deploy all this, man. Remember, like I was saying, it's going to be a mega lockdown, so it's going to be of long continuance. Right? People that don't comply. What do you think is going to happen to people that don't comply? Right? People that are found in the street protesting, going against the regime. They're going to get arrested, man, and thrown inside a concentration camp, a detention center. That's what's gonna. There's gonna be shit. They're doing it right now. They're looking people up just for posting things on Facebook right now. Over the past decade, it's been recorded that 50,000 people have been arrested in the UK just for saying things. Just for saying things, man. I'm going to argue with you. 50,000 people have been arrested over the past decade. So how much more when they bring about these lockdowns? Right? I believe there was a doctor over there, a doctor in the children's hospital over there in Texas that said that UN troops should be sent against people that are against the vaccines, that are anti-vaccinators. So people that refuse the mpox vaccine, what do you think is going to happen to you? They're going to get a knock at your door. They're going to boot down your door and arrest you. So that time is coming. Right? So let me read on. So it says, again, for of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the fields, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves. Why? Because the troops are going to come to you, man. So people are going to be in hiding. Right? So it says, and in the cleft of the rocks, as in the orchard of olives, upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives, or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left of them that search their houses with the sword. Why are people going to be searching through other people's houses with the sword? Why? Because of bread, man. Food. Starvation. 2 Ezra 15. Verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with a sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So there you go, there you have it, man. 2 Ezra 16, verse 32, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways, and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel therethrough. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms, and the women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed. In the wars, the civil war, right, and the drafting. Men are going to be drafted in for this war over there in Ukraine, man. Right? Men are going to get drafted to that, sent over there. Right? Men of fighting age, you're going to be sent over there, man. And it's going to be made all the more easy for these illegal immigrants to take over. If all the men are being sent over to that war over there in the Middle East and over into Ukraine, them immigrants are going to have a field day, man. They're going to be taking the women. They're raping the women right now. How much more if all the men have been drafted in for that war? You know, all these women want to be. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Right now over there in Ireland, they're creating a massive, what do you call it, man? For them illegal immigrants, one big army base just for them immigrants right now in Ireland, right now, man. Ireland is getting fed to the wolves. It's finished. Right? Ireland is finished, man. The people are fighting over there.